Hi, Ben. That I think this Chase, who's waiting to be admitted, is the plaintiff. Um, is, yes, I was just wondering if this defendant, that this is the one that he didn't show up the first time. Right. No. Well, there's a Chase, and I suspect that's, well, let me find out. Okay. Hello. Can you unmute?
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Your name?
Bill Powers.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Powers.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Fine, thank you, sir.
I'm going to just place you in the waiting room, and then I'm going to bring you back in, okay?
Be fine, sir. Thank you.
It's Bill Powers. Oh, wait. Somebody just clicked on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's you. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Judge, I'm talking to him right now. Okay, Judge? He's trying to
Okay.
figure out how to log on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Thank you. Judge, he just logged on.
Okay, Mr. Simmental, if you'd unmute. You press the, it's in blue, it says mute or unmute. On the screen, it says it's in blue. I think, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Okay, I'm admitting Mr. Powers, okay?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Powers, if you could unmute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, so if you each raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
I do.
sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Powers, you brought the suit. You want to tell me what this is about?
I paid Mr. Simmental 2 payments of $5,250 each for materials for an invoice that he gave me for a job that I had contracted with him to do. And I have not received the materials or the money back.
Okay.
And he has told me that he refuses to do the work or supply my materials back to me because he had a conflict with my general contractor.
Okay. So the 2 payments would total $10,500, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
I know last time at the hearing that you requested additional damages. Are there any other damages that you're requesting?
It was $1,275 for legal fees.
Okay. Mr. Simmental, do you have any questions
Yes,
of
sir.
Powers?
Yes, I do. He's telling me that the material I understand, and he's saying that I refused to do the work. No, he took the work away from me, was going to give it back to the contractor that owes me money. So this is his building, and he owes me, that contractor owes me over $6,000, and I cannot receive that money. And I've told him numerous of times, I have no problem giving you your money back, but I need to get paid out of what he owes me because the job is completed, but I'm not getting any money, no response from either or. And I don't think it's fair. I think he wants me to come out of $16,000 or actually after losing. And then if he thinks that's fair, I don't think that's fair, Judge. You know what I mean? I don't mind paying him back, but he's got to give me back my money. See, and the whole deal was what he's
Wait. Mr.
relating with
Simmental.
what he's
Who
not
owes you
relating
six-
with is he
who
brought
owes
me
you
on
six-
the job.
Who owes you $6,000?
His contractor for his building,
Okay, his contractor. Who is his contractor?
Lloyd Hamilton,
Okay, so Lloyd Hamilton owes you $6,000.
because he still owes me for work that's been done and have not got a penny. And I struggled the whole time. And see, the whole deal was that I wasn't even supposed to do that job. I do work for Mr. Powers. Powers asked me to do him a favor, and I said, I don't work for that guy, but I will if you back me up. At the end, he told me I paid him off, figure out how you're going to get paid. Exactly what he told me. And I said, well, that's not right. So the whole time we've been going back and forth, it's like, just pay me, have him pay me my $6,000 and I'll write you a check. I'll go give you the other $4,500, but I'm not going to come out of lose $6,000 and then still give you back $10,500. Doesn't seem fair to me. But nobody's reluctant to not pay him. It's just that I need to get my money. So I've got emails. I've got emails and I've got texts to prove that I've been talking to Mr. Lloyd, and all he does is just throw me to the lions.
Okay. Now, let me ask some questions, okay?
Sure.
Mr. Hamilton owes you $6,000.
Yes, sir.
You contracted with Mr. Hamilton?
No, I contracted through Mr. Powell. He's the one that brought me to work for.
Just a minute, Mr. Simmental, how do you contract through somebody? Either you contracted with somebody or you didn't.
Well, he brought me on the job site, and then I got paid through Mr. Hamilton.
Okay, so who did you deal with?
I dealt with both of them.
Okay. Did you have any written contract with Mr. Hamilton?
At the end, yes.
What do you mean at the end?
Well, yeah, because I'm the one that gave Mr. Powers the end, what I was gonna do and how much it was. He gave it to Mr. Hamilton.
Okay. So is it agreement between you and Mr. Hamilton?
It was agreement between all three of us.
Okay, do you have a copy of the agreement?
Yes, I don't have it with me, but yes, I do have.
Oh, okay. Who signed the agreement?
Mr. Hamilton.
Did Mr. Powers sign it?
No, not that I know of. No, he
Why
didn't.
why is he a party to it?
Well, because it's his building.
That doesn't make you a party to it.
Okay.
Why, can you explain to me why he is a part of it?
See, the problem is, judges, from what I understand, he's the one that was supposed to get me taken care of. He didn't get me taken care of at the end.
What does it mean by he is to get me taken care of? What does that mean?
Okay, so this is what the deal was. When I told him about Lloyd Hamilton, I said, I don't work for Lloyd. He says, don't worry, I got your back. You will get paid.
Okay.
And his word wasn't good. I didn't get paid.
Okay, Mr. Powers, your position?
Sure. Pretty much everything that he said is true. The reason I brought him in on the job is because we fired the previous subcontractor that was doing drywall and painting. And I had used Mr. Simmental for years personally on my own house, other projects, never had any problem. I got releases. My contract was with Lloyd Hamilton, and I have paid him 100% of what he billed me and received releases from him, of which you have copies of that I sent to you. And then with regards to the
Did
roof,
Mr. Simmental sign a release?
no,
No.
I don't have any contract with him. All I got was the invoice to do the work on the ceiling after the building was built.
Okay, so when you're dealing with a general contractor, sometimes you request the releases from the subcontractors to make sure that all of them have been paid.
Of which I did receive, and you have copies of in my file.
Okay, so why wouldn't there be a release of Mr. Simmental?
As far as I know, there was. That's what I received from Lloyd Hamilton was a full release.
What do you mean, as far as you know? I mean, either there is one or there isn't one.
I
There isn't
received the
one.
full release from Lloyd Hamilton. So and it's specific that he's paid off all of the subs
Okay, so you don't have the releases from the subs?
from the individual subs.
Yes,
No, sir.
that wasn't a condition of your payment to the general.
No. My contract was Lloyd. His responsibility was deal with the subs and build my building, and I paid him off. And then the release I received was from Lloyd Hamilton, and that specifically says that all subs have been paid, and there'll be no liens or anything like that on the building.
Okay.
Yes. And ad hoc to that particular statement that I just made, I went to Lloyd Hamilton on several occasions on behalf of Mr. Simmental and even an electrician, both of them complaining about slow payments. I went to him and said, Lloyd, I have paid you. Do you owe them money? Have you paid them whatever? At the end, after I had released from Lloyd Hamilton, he told me that if he would meet with Mr. Simmental, and if there was a disagreement or things he owed him or whatever, he would work with him. I even had Mrs. Hamilton, his wife, who does his secretarial work for him there in his office, say they had a check for him, but they could never reach him. But I stayed back out of that because I didn't get in the middle of payments between the general contractor and his subs. I didn't do that. So my issue with Mr. Simmental on coating the roof was just between he and I. Lloyd Hamilton had nothing to do with that. That's why I paid Simmental directly. I did not pay the general contractor for Simmental's roof coating. I paid Simmental directly. And after the building was to be built, completed, and I got releases, Simmental was going to do the
You keep
roof
saying
coating.
I got releases.
That's why I dealt directly with him.
Mr. Powers, you keep saying I got releases. It's Pearl. You only got one release, did you not, from Mr.
I got the release from Lloyd Hamilton that
Okay, that's-
released the job.
Okay, that's singular. That's one release, correct?
Well, yeah, but it was in general comment to every subcontractor. So my release, if my contract was with him, my assumption based on the release he gave me was that all subs had been paid. I can pull it out and read it to you if you want, but it should be there in my file.
No, I'm familiar with releases. Here's the situation. Okay, when you're dealing with a general contractor, as a condition of payment, you can ask for a copy of the release of each subcontractor to ensure that the lien doesn't get placed on your property. Because if a subcontractor does not get paid, they can go forward and file a release, regardless of what the general contractor is telling you, whether he paid them or not. So, Mr. Simmental, your recourse, I don't know if your recourse is to file a letter if you hadn't been paid. That's how it works, regardless of whether
Sure.
it gives you a full release. But recourse is not to hold money on a separate contract. That's not how it works. You have a separate contract with Mr. Powers for, I think it was some roof work. And he supplied you with the payment of $10,500 for the material. You can't mix two different transactions. Okay, so you may have some recourse on not getting paid against Mr. Powers or Mr. Hamilton. I don't know. I'm not here to, that's not the issue before me.
Okay,
Now the issue before me is the payment made on this separate contract of $10,500 for materials, which you've never done, which you've never supplied the materials or returned the payment. So that's due and owing.
okay. I mean, I get where you're coming from, Judge, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's not right that I have to eat that kind of money because the contract, if you notice when
Mr. Simmental, I didn't say you had to, I just went through the whole
Sure.
explanation of what your recourse is. Now, you either do it the right way or not. I don't know. That's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. That's your.
Sure.
Okay, so
Well, then, see, that's the whole deal, Judge. I'm trying to be on the other side. I'm trying not to put a lien on his building because it's a new building and the banks are going to tell him to pay that lien. So I'm not trying to hurt Mr. Powers. I'm just trying to get him to understand that if he goes and gets that other money, I have no problem giving him the balance, even the lawyer's fees.
Why don't you go and visit Lloyd and get your money? They've told me two or three occasions.
I've tried to go with him. He won't answer me. I got emails and I've got everything that he sent me. And every time I try to get back to him, he will not answer me. He will not answer my phone calls. He won't do anything. This is the problem. And the problem is, Bill, I don't want to have to go put a lien because if I put a lien, you're going to have to end up paying me. And I'm not trying to do that. So I would ask, that's why I told you, and even in the emails, I mean, even in the texts I sent you, I said, Bill, just go get my money. Tell me you got it and I'll give you the balance. And you never answered me.
Give me an invoice for what you say Lloyd owes you, and I'll take it over there personally and talk to him. Since you're not going to do it, I'll do it for you. He's 2 blocks from my building here. It doesn't seem like that you want to stand up and go deal with your own thing, so I'll go do it for you, Lou. But I want my money back that I gave to you on a separate deal. That's what the judge is trying to deal with.
Sure.
So don't get it mixed up. You give me my money back plus the legal fees that have incurred on our contract between you and me dealing with this coating of the roof, and then separately send me an invoice for what you say he owes you. I don't owe him, he owes you, and I'll go and try to collect it for you. And if I get it collected, I'll pay you. But Lloyd will have to pay you on Lloyd's check, not me.
Yeah, of course.
All right, send me an
the judge
invoice.
says I can go and put a lien on your building, but I've been trying not to do that.
Lou, settle down. I've been trying to tell you for months the way to handle it. Send me an invoice for what you say specifically in detail on the items that you say he owes you for. And if you want me to go collect it, I'll take it to him. In the meantime, send me my money back. And that's what the judge is getting ready to rule on. Get that piece out of it. You had told me at one time that you already even bought the materials. You had half of it in your personal storage container, and Sherwin-Williams was holding the other half. Sherwin-Williams knows nothing about this. So
because they can't tell you anything that goes on with my account. They can't even talk to you. That's what the whole deal is. That's why nobody's told you nothing. But I went back like I have no problem.
Okay.
Let's get this fixed. Let's get this fixed, Bill, to the point to where you get me my money and I guess I have to eat whatever I got to eat. I mean, I don't mind taking care of you, but I will tell you, I'm not going to be able to do it right this second, Judge. I can do it in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, what is your position on the legal fees incurred by Mr. Powers? $1,200.
Okay, I don't mind paying everything that I owe, but I can't do it all in one chunk. I just don't have it, Judge.
Okay, my judgment today is for $11,775.
Okay.
I will prepare a new judgment. I'll do, Mr. Simmental, do we have a copy of your email? Or do we have your email? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, you do.
Yes, Judge, I have it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to prepare another judgment. We'll email it both to you all. I urge you all to try to get this thing worked out.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you,
then.
Judge.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you.